Thank you very much, especially to Casey and Joel for this organization, for this forum that I think is now the beginning to something that is going to have a great and a worldwide impact. So thank you very much for all of you. And for me, it's a pleasure to be here in front of so many worldwide fintech people. It's a very good moment, and it's something incredible to make this event come true. So let's start with a quick presentation about myself. Just I'm the co-founder with Jesus Perez. You will know Jesus Perez this evening in a panel discussion, and we launched this fintech association early this year. We now have more than 60 fintechs in this association, and later on I will talk about it. I'm also the founder of the first master program in fintech and digital transformation in banking in Europe. In IEB, we have some agreements with London School of Economics in UK and Wharton School in the United States and the Chinese University of Hong Kong. And we also launched last year a platform of international consultant and investment platform, and we are going to launch coming soon a fintech lab. So I'm going to divide my presentation in three parts, in three states. First of all is digital challenge. I'm going to talk about the 5 more important digital channels. The second is the new digital banks, trying to look for or show you some of the best examples. And about what is the Spanish involvement in fintechs right now. Okay. I'm going to I want to show you this sentence, this phrase. The banking future is not what was going to be. What do you think said this sentence? The sentence has said by the president of a bank with more than 200,000 employees, with presential in more than 30 countries, with 1.3 trillion euros of assets, and the president is very worried about the future. She's Ana Patricia Botín, the president of Banco Santander. I think all of you know. So what is happening, and why is she worried about the future of the banking? Because of this. I think you have seen this picture yesterday, and the things are not moving quick. The things are moving, exponentially. How the technology is impacting in our lives is incredible. Just in 8 years, we changed everything we are doing. Imagine in 2020 where are we going to be. Maybe we are going to move ourselves in drones. So let's move on to the 5 most important digital channels. That is the banks, what the banks have to face. First one, for me, is the most important one, and are the digital employees. Because the employees are the soul and the heart of the companies. And if the employees don't change the mindset to the new digital world, your company is not going to survive. Let me give you a couple of figures. What do they mean? According to Forrester, 74% of the executives say their companies have a digital strategy. However, just 50% have the necessary skills to implement it. So there is a real problem overall for the traditional banks. Because in the technology era, the talent is the difference. The mindset of the people is the difference. The mindset of the people from Google, Facebook, Amazon, Alibaba is the difference for the rest of the industries. And we have to fly from the traditional skills to the new digital skills and how to understand how to communicate with the clients. And the clients, it's, by coincidence, the second digital challenge. Another figure to think about, 50% is I don't know if you can watch it, is the consumption in the world that will come from the millennials next year. So we have to understand how they think, what they think, and we need to know how they understand the values of the financial services for them, about transparency, about agility, about customer experience. However, millennial is not an age, it's an attitude. All of us are following the millennials about this kind of values. So it's not an age. And moreover, it has no borders for these new digital clients. I invite you to go to Kenya to know what they are doing with the mobiles regarding financial industry. I don't know if you have listened about M-Pesa from Vodafone. They are moving more than $18 billion by phones, just in Africa. Let's move to the next digital challenge, the channels. And I'm going to give you another figure, 7,000. Will you believe me if I tell you that 7,000 million is the number of population, and by coincidence, is the same number of the mobile phones in use in the world? So it seems that the mobile is the channel. And we are absolutely obsessed with the smartphones. We are going to need to hire a bodyguard whenever we want to walk on the street checking our mobile phones. And we will see this kind of warning signs in all of our streets in the next years, in all of our cities. It's very dangerous, very, very dangerous, the mobile phones. Next challenge, how to implement a digital product and services. If I ask you, define please for you what is a digital product. I'm going to get a different answer for each of you because it's very, very difficult. For me, if you ask me, is this kind of product that you can give to the client when they need and exactly what they need. And for that, you can use big data analytics, giving to them in real time and with a great user experience. I'm going to give you another figure, 35. I don't know if you have something, if you know this Fintech, Credit Tech. Probably it's the largest European Fintech from Germany, and they are focused in big data. It took just 35 seconds to give you a credit decision and 15 minutes to do the payment. So this is a digital product. And what is the secret? The big data scoring, because they have more than 20,000 data points to get information every second, every minute. Let's move on to the last one, digital organization. And here we can find infinite proposals and initiatives to transform the analogic organizations to the new digital ones, to create more agile companies using design thinking, with prototyping, lean startup, etc. There are lots of proposals. Conclusion. Sorry, banks. If you don't take into account these 5 digital challenge, you are going to disappear as the dinosaurs disappear in the past. I don't know if you know Darwin, the English scientist, the most famous one. He has an evolution theory. Like his theory is very simple. The survivors are not those or are not the biggest and the strongest. The survivors are those that are more able to adapt to the new challenges quicker and better, like the ants. So banks are in the same and in this situation, however, without a security system. Let's move now to the new digital banks. And for that, I want to show you, I don't know if you know, the Avatar film. So Avatar film shows you two faces of the same coin. So finance industry has two faces in the same industry. On one side, we have traditional banks that we all know. And on the other side, we have digital banks, the new era of banks. Let's go to understand what is a digital bank. Is this a digital bank or what is a digital bank? I'm going to show you, if you ask to the traditional banks, they are going to tell you that, no, for me a digital bank is what I'm launching, what I'm doing. Like, for example, BNP Paribas, the French bank, they are launching Hello Bank, or for example, Spanish bank, CaixaBank, they have launched Imagine Bank. However, if you ask me, I will tell you that digital banks is another different thing. On one side, we can find neobanks. You know, banks, they are giving you proposals, front end. However, they don't have banking license. They have a banking license for the third parties, for the third banks. And on the other side, we have the challengers banks. These banks has different characteristics, but give you the future, because they don't have digital banking heritage, like the technological heritage, like the traditional banks, and they are very open and very digital. Let's move on to some of them. This is the 5 most famous in Europe. The first one is German, and the rest are from UK. Why UK? Because they changed the regulation in 2013, and from then to now, they have approved more than 14 banking licenses. The first one is more a social bank than a traditional bank. And it's incredible because they can provide more than 25 products and based in an API ecosystem. And they have more than 300,000 users in their community, because it's like a social bank, and more than 100,000 bank users. The second one, Atom Bank, is, people say that it's the new generation banks, and they get the license last year, and they are focused in people from 18 to 34 years old, and as they say, they're providing services for a new generation of hipster savers and spenders. Mondo, that is waiting for getting the license, the people say that is the smart bank, one of the new smart banks. They have a waiting list of 110,000 people waiting to get this application, to open this account. Tandem is another bank that they are focused in data. They want to empower the clients, that they can get the power in their accounts. They raised almost 100 million pounds of capital. And to end, Starling, it is the last one, this is another smart bank, and they are focused in the new era of changing world in the banking industry. So, as a conclusion, as Spain is a football country, let me compare football with banks. For me, this is, I don't know if you know the Premier League. For me, this kind of teams are like the big traditional banks. You know, Chelsea, Manchester, they should lead the league. However, for me, the new digital banks are these, you know, Leicester. They have power, innovation, creativity, and ability to fight. Let's end my presentation with the Spanish Fintech status. As I told you before, we launched the association early this year. We have almost right now 65 associates in the association. Our goals are, first of all, to register all the initiatives in Spain. Secondly, is to create an ecosystem, networking ecosystem, national and international, to build bridges with other associations. And we have a mandatory thing to do, that is to get a good regulator ecosystem. And we are working in a white paper in order to, create this relaxing and agility place to work. So how many of you has visited Spain? Raise your hand. And how many people wants to visit Spain? I think all of you, okay. Why? I don't know if you know that Spain is the third most visited country in the world, with almost 70 visitors per year. Why? Because we have all the ingredients to visit Spain. Food, weather, people, happiness is incredible. So regarding to the fintech world, we have a very good connection with Europe because we are in the European Union. We also have very good connections with all the Latin America, not only for our language, but also for our culture. And we want to build bridges with all the Asian area or region. And it's incredible because Spain and South Korea are twins countries about the population GDP or per capita GDP. So we are similar. We can do a lot of things together. Let's move on to the evolution of fintech, number of fintechs. We have doubled the number of fintechs just in 1 year, in 6 months, from 60 to 120 right now. And we are sure that at the end of this year, we will have more than 200. Just to show you the largest investments of fintechs in the last year, led by Ebury. Ebury is the largest probably company in the world in FX, and he's from Spain, and they are from Spain, and they raised last year 77 million euros. This is the map, the fintech map, led by Madrid, with almost 70 fintechs. And we have also in Barcelona, Valencia, in other places. And in the right side, you cannot see very well, but this is the total or the general map of fintechs in Spain. Conclusions. First of all, we want to close international agreements with all of you, because we think the fintech world is a part of collaboration and to be open. And secondly, I have given you during all the presentation figure statements, but I want to give you another last idea. What we really want is to make Spain the fintech California of Europe. Why? Because we have all the ingredients. We have all the ingredients. We have talent. We have two of the most important and best retail banks in the world, like Santander and BBVA. Secondly, because we have a good talent, technical talent, and good cost of life. And we have good weather, and we have happiness. So we have everything, and we are open to all of you. Thank you very much.